The Independent Qualification Commission has given the first notification for hearings to be conducted as a result of the re-evaluation under the vetting framework, with Constitutional Court Judge Fatos Lulo the first to face the Commission. Minister for Foreign Affairs Bushati expects the European Commission to apply the recommendations of 2016, whereby the only remaining step to be implemented prior to the opening of negotiations was that of vetting. Prime Minister Rama and DP leader Basha have again debated the economic aid scheme, with Rama declaring it was the DP themselves who came up with the plan. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Thursday the 15th of March 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. Member of the Constitutional Court, Fatos Lulo, will be the first judge to face the Independent Qualification Commission to provide clarification regarding the violations found during his re-evaluation process. The Independent Qualification Commission informs that the hearing will take place on March 21 at 11 o'clock by a panel composed of Genta Tafa, Brunilda Bekteshi and Etleda Çiftia. The violations found relating to the judge of the Constitutional Court have not yet been divulged, but sources told Aura News that he has been made aware of the process and has also contacted a lawyer. Lulo is one of the 63 subjects that were first to undergo the process of re-evaluation for prosecutors and judges. A few weeks ago, former Constitutional Court member Besnik Imeri and former General Prosecutor Adriatic Lala were withdrawn from the process after the Commission decided to stop vetting. Meanwhile, hearings are expected to take place in the coming days with other people as well, including senior judiciary leaders, for which the Commission has found violations, mainly regarding the declaration of their assets. Albania does not expect integration to be gifted by the European Commission, but will demand they strictly stick to the recommendations made in the 2016 progress report. The only condition set for starting membership talks was the implementation of vetting, and Foreign Minister Bushati said that the first results of the vetting process are already visible. We expect the European Commission to apply the 2016 recommendations, confirmed the minister. Bushati said there is not yet an exact date for the visit of Greek Prime Minister Tsipras in Albania, and announced that in the coming weeks, the cross-border recognition of driver's licences between the two countries will be realised. There is no date for the arrival of Tsipras in Albania. However, the recognition of driver's licences will be achieved soon, added Bushati. Regarding the maritime negotiations, Bushati remains in wait for President Meta's response, though he did not hide his optimism of receiving authorisation soon. We have given the President the required answers. We expect the authorisation to be granted, declared Bushati. The minister went on to announce further high-level government visits to Germany, France and other countries in the coming months. At the joint press conference with Croatian Deputy PM Marija Pejcinović-Burić, Bushati said that the operation between the two countries will be raised at a strategic level. Burić added that Croatia will support the process of Albania's integration into the European Union. In Parliament, where the motion for debate over the economic aid scheme took place, Prime Minister Rama said the Democratic Party is opposing a reform that they themselves have made. "You are opposing your own scheme. We simply removed the abusers," retorted Rama to the DP. Opposition leader Lulzim Basha accepted that the economic aid scheme holds the signature of the Democratic Party, but according to him, this government has shrouded the point formula in secrecy and that this has happened by order of the Prime Minister. "Make the point system a transparent process," demanded Lulzim Basha. The chair of the Democratic Party went on to raise concrete evidence, including the names of unjustly excluded family members from economic aid. However, the Prime Minister was also prepared and quick to respond with names in evidence of his own stance. "You use the poor to take pictures, but you have no vision," said Rama to Basha. "I have to meet the citizens in order for you to hire them," replied Lulzim Basha. The chair of the Socialist Movement for Integration, Monica Kruemadi, was also involved in the debate on economic aid scheme and was ready to present a concrete proposal. "The scheme we are proposing allows 300,000 families to emerge from poverty," raised Monica Kruemadi. The Prime Minister, however, made his position clear that he was unwilling to hear the opposition's proposal, instead choosing a rather immature move of putting in his headphones before leaving the hall altogether without returning. during his visit to Azerbaijan, where the 6th Baku Forum on the topic Closing the Gaps for the Creation of a Comprehensive Society is being held, President Ilir Meta was received at a special meeting by his Azerbaijani counterpart Ilham Aliyev. Excellent bilateral relations, as well as enhancing cooperation in other areas such as commerce, tourism, education and culture, have been in focus throughout the meeting. President Meta expressed gratitude for the support that President Aliyev and Azerbaijan have given to the realisation of the TAP gas project, as well as the gasification process across Albania. Specifically, President Meta also praised the support that President Aliyev has given for the other gas project, that of the Ionian Adriatic pipeline, which will have a great regional impact. President Aliyev, after thanking President Meta for the invitation to visit Albania, promised its realisation as soon as possible. The Baku Forum is being held from the 15th to 17th of March 2018 and is being attended by a number of heads of states from governments of different countries, as well as a large number of policymakers and academics. Kosovo Prime Minister Ramush Haradinaj has stated that the Assembly session for voting on the demarcation agreement with Montenegro will be held on March 20th. After consultations with parliamentary groups and political parties, we will hold the demarcation session on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, said Ramush Haradinaj. Asked by journalists whether the votes for approving this agreement were secured, Prime Minister Haradinaj did not have a final answer, but expressed confidence that MPs would support demarcation, bringing Kosovo one step closer to visa liberalisation. For Haradinaj, the process is not easy, but the fact that the people of Kosovo have remained blocked and isolated should serve as an incentive to ratify the accord for marking the border with Montenegro. The Kosovo Assembly has held 3 demarcation sessions, but the sufficient number of votes required to approve it has not been achieved in either of them. The Serbian list and the MPs of the Vetvendosia movement have formally objected to the ratification of this agreement. Albania should be removed once and for all from the map of cannabis cultivation. This was the message of the Deputy Director of State Police, Aida Haina, during the meeting with local government in Lushnja. Haina demanded the commitment of all actors in the fight against cannabis cultivation. It is necessary that the fight against this phenomenon be more organised, more efficient and more effective. And to achieve this purpose, even greater cooperation will be required during 2018, explained Aida Haina. High-level state police officers, representatives of the stations at Lushnja and Divjaka, and police effectives were also present at the meeting. The director of the Department of Order and Security, Jovalin Loka, called for cooperation of local government with state police to involve as many actors as possible to convey as much as possible the determination of the Albanian government, Ministry of Interior and Police Directorate in the fight against this phenomenon on behalf of every citizen, added Jovalin Loka. Meanwhile, local leaders demanded that this awareness campaign be synchronised between local and central government to deliver the best possible results in the fight against narcotics. The Bankers Petroleum Company and the municipalities of Roskovec and Patos are cooperating to enable the receipt and benefit of financial resources from farmers in the Fatos Lulo area. The government has already opened grants for agriculture through the Agricultural and Rural Development Agency, but farmers cannot access these funds because they do not have enough knowledge to build a project or business plan. In this framework, in the municipalities of Roskovec and Patos, various meetings were organised with farmers in the area. The aim was to make the consultative firm Creative Business Solutions available to the farmers to receive assistance in drafting projects in order to benefit from the Agricultural and Rural Development Agency funds. With the support of US Aid and the Bankers Company, all the conditions and criteria to be met by farmers will be interpreted once again in order to not only apply but also to receive the funding under these schemes, said the Mayor of Patos, Raimonda Balili. The whole process of assistance is provided by Bankers Petroleum, a company that has always had the welfare and development of the residents in the areas where it operates at the forefront of its methodology. We are assisting farmers in the Fatos Lulo area for applications for the Agricultural and Rural Development Agency funds, stated the Community Relations Manager of Bankers Petroleum, Adriatic Golemi. The entire Fatos Lulo region has about 300 farmers who have invested in greenhouses for the production of vegetables and fruit. The benefit of various funds and grants would enable the empowerment of their small businesses, from where 22,000 families across the entire area can benefit. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.